Hello, so I read this sometimes to get a little more confidence, but this is 30 things that women do that men always find sexy. Sexy, of course, lies in the brain of the beholder. What jazzes one person might repulse another. And as we all know, sexy exists in the context of a person's total package. Who you are, how you act, what you think. So yeah, everyone's sexy might look a little different, but generally speaking, here's what men find attractive in women. So 1, wearing a man's shirt, especially when it's worn the way men should never wear it, oversized, hovering over bare legs with 3 buttons unbuttoned. Yep, that's one thing men find attractive in women. 2, goofing off every now and then. Men love it when women goof off, think and act in an out-of-the-box manner. It speaks of individuality and confidence. 3, laughing even when a guy isn't funny. One study published in Evolution and Human Behavior confirmed what insecure men everywhere know. Laughing at a man's humor, no matter how stupid it is very attractive. 4, being sweet to a random toddler you see in the store, restaurant, or park. Whether it's in the store, a restaurant, or a park, there's something inherently attractive about a woman treating a young kid cutely. Even if a guy's nowhere near ready for parenthood, there's something special about seeing a woman's maternal instincts in action. The next one is one I wouldn't have thought of, but I don't really exercise a lot with guys around. But kettlebell swings. There are key aspects of kettlebell swings: the intensity, the power of the movement, the whole body, excluding strength from every tendon, that put the move a cut above everything else. As far as sex appeal is concerned, it's to men what a guy doing a pull-ups is to women. 6, giving credit where it's due. Research from Thailand shows that modesty ranks high in the traits we seek in others. 7, a tilt and a gaze. In an Australian study that's perhaps as perplexing as it is specific. One of the most attractive positions for a woman's head, according to those rating head positions apparently, is a slight tilt with the eyes looking up. 8, Alexa, turn up the volume. Music, according to a lot of research, is one of humanity's great aphrodisiacs. In other words, piping in a sensual, soulful, and sultry soundtrack at great decibel levels to the room raises our decibel level. 9, slow sips, coffee, tea, wine, bourbon on the rocks. Lingering is loving. 10, a jeer during the middle of a game. There's nothing quite like a well-timed barb hurled at the player from a opposing team, especially when they make a play that deserves such ridicule. It shows that a woman is heading to game not because she's being nice and being along for the ride, but because she's actually into the sport. 11, agreeing to golf dates. An online survey found that 70% of men get jazzed about a woman who plays golf, whether it's a trip to the driving range or an entire day spent on the green. 12, telling the story behind a first tattoo. It's not just that a survey found that nearly 3/4 of men like tattoos on their partners. It's the fact that there's something so important that it moved a woman to turn her skin into a canvas. 13, a hairdryer leaves a lingering burnt scent like a fragrance gone wrong that doesn't really say sexy. So dry your hair with a towel instead of a hairdryer. I usually just let mine air dry. 14, a scooch of sarcasm, following with a wink emoji, of course. Men like to play. Men love when women do too. 15, making the first move. One study looked at behaviors in speed dating and found that interest can be built through simple behaviors that indicate a woman is showing initial interest. This applies not only to the first date or early dates, but also to other areas of potentially budding romance. 16, leading the hike up the trail. One thing's for certain, men will follow. 17, social media restraint, a window into one's personal life. While social media wasn't invented as a tool to stay connected to family, friends, and the world at large, it's rare and as such a huge attractor to see someone use it that way. 18, not texting back right away. Keeping some individual space is sexy. 19, helping out the neighbor, even if it's inconvenient. A Penn State study showed that kindness tops the list of what men find most appealing about women. An easy way to show kindness, helping an elderly neighbor with their groceries. 20, reading in bed with a candle on the nightstand and eyes that look happy, curious, and content in a search. 21, deep conversation. When it comes to answering the questions, what do men find attractive in women? Conversations matter. Dinner table talk beats pillow talk. Current events beat vapid ones. Intellect is the mic drop of all things sexy. In fact, Northwestern University study found that cultural changes in terms of increased gender role equality can override any long-standing evolutionary thought that physical traits are the most dominant thing that men are attracted to. So 22, offering to shave his face. To quote a line from the TV show Community, after he receives his first straight razor shave, "Why have I been shaving my own face this whole time?" Receiving a shave from a significant other is akin to that, except it comes with more intimacy than a guy can get from a barber who may or may not have opened his shop before the New Deal was minted. 23, taking the high road with customer service. Yes, customer service reps screw up royally and often, but few men can resist when a woman says, "Hey, it's okay, really, we'll figure it out." 24, dancing. That's it. 25, wearing red. A University of Rochester study found that red is the most amorous color, possibly because of the evolutionary roots in which some animals redden before ovulation as an attraction mechanism. 26, wearing glasses. Maybe it's not so much about the whole looking smart thing, but more so that men admire women's supreme ability to not to look one way all the time, and that she can look so good in so many ways, weaving in and out between hairstyles, apparel styles, and facial adornments taps into a man's desire for novelty. 27, a bite of the lip. Whether it's hers or his, men swoon for this move, so I do the side, just 28, wearing a baseball cap at Sunday brunch. The universal signal that men can talk about what happened last night and their dreams for tomorrow. 29, befriending friends. In a man's life, it's a never-ending game of tug-of-war between his friends and his partners. If the two halves can make a seamless whole, though, nothing is better. And 30, winks and whispers. Quiet, subtle displays of affection win over grand gestures of PDA all day, every day. So that was it for this list. Thank you for listening.